Hello everyone, my name is Ankur. Welcome back to another video. And in this video, we'll see what is Git, GitHub and GitHub Desktop. We'll see how we can use these tools. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing in order to use Git is we need to see if it is installed on our system. So in order to do that, I'll just open a terminal. So currently I'm using MacBook. So in MacBook, you can just type the command git version. As you can see, I already have the Git installed in my system. So Git is nothing, it's just a version control system. A version control system helps you to save your code. Once you are done coding, you can just commit your code to a version control system, and you can basically later use this version control system to access your code. The scenario in real life is like, let's say you are doing your coding and you are done for the day, and the next day your system doesn't start for whatever reason. Maybe it had a physical damage, right? But if you have committed your code through Git on GitHub, in the version control system, your code is safe. You can just go to another system, log into your GitHub account, and you will have your code again. Also, it helps you to collaborate with your team members. Let's say your team member and you are in a different location. You can basically write a part of the code, commit it, and then your team member will have access to the same code repository on the GitHub. They can access the code from there. So I already have the Git installed, but in case you don't have the Git installed, just search on Google Git download, the first link. And as you can see, there are different links for Mac OS and Windows. In case you are using Mac, you need to use the brew install git command. In order to use this, you need to have homebrew installed. So you can just go to the homebrew page from here and copy this command, and you can just run it in your system. Let me see if I have homebrew installed. Let's open the terminal again. Okay, I already have the homebrew installed. So in my case, I can just go here, copy this command and paste in the terminal, and it will install the Git for me. Okay, I think I just copied the homebrew command. No worries, we can just... Okay, once I enter, I will install the Git on my local system. But as you guys see here, I already have the Git installed, so I don't need to worry about it. But you can install it like this on Mac. For Windows, you can just install by downloading the exe file. Once you download the exe file, as you can see, it's a downloader here. It's a exe file. Like any other software you install in Windows, you can install your Git. Once the Git is installed, so the second thing is you need to have an account on GitHub. Just Google GitHub and sign up. While signing up, you just need to give your email, password, username, and country, and create the account. So it's as simple as that. So once these things are installed, what you can do let's try to create a project and see how we can commit our code to the GitHub. So in order to do that, let's open an IDE. In my case, I'm using the PyCharm, the Python IDE. So if I try to create a new project, let's name it Python Basics. So here, if I just click create a Git repository, it will mark my project as a Git repository. but I won't do it. I will show you how you can make any project that is not already a Git repository into a Git project. So I'll just create this project. Here you can see I have this project here, but it's not a Git project. Okay, so I'll just open the terminal. Let me see if I can increase the size here. How we can increase the size? Let's see. I think once I create a file, let's say file1, this file will be committed to GitHub. Okay, I think the size is good enough already. So no need to worry about that. So now I want to create my repo convert my repo into a Git repo. So in order to do that, I will just write the command git init. So as you can see, initializing empty Git repository, and this is the path it's giving. So if I just go to my file manager, okay, it's not showing, it's a hidden file, .git file. So what I can do is I can go to terminal, cd documents, GitHub, Python basics. As you can see, there is a .git file here. So now my repo is a Git repo. So let's go and try to commit it. As you can see, this file is showing in the red color, right? So it means we haven't added this file as a Git file. Okay, so I'll just right click it, go to the Git, and you can see there is an option to add. If I just click add, this file will turn to green. Okay, so now this file is ready to be committed. There is another way to do it. So let's create another file. Okay, as you can see, when I create the file, it's telling me if I want to add it into the Git. I will just add it. Now you can see it's added as green. There is one more way to do it. I can just create file 3. Let's don't add it here. So you can see this icon here, commit. In the unversioned files, so my file 3 is there. Okay, I can just add it from here, but let's do one thing. Okay, so this is my file. I'll just add it to the Git. So now, in order to commit these files to the GitHub, right? So if I just go to GitHub, so this is my GitHub account. As you can see, there is no such repository. Okay, so there is no such repository that I just now created in my local. So in my local, the repository was called Python basics, right? So in order to commit it to the Git, I will use another tool instead of using the commands. So I will use another tool called Github Desktop. So you can just download this software called Github Desktop. For me, it's showing Apple Silicon because I'm using Mac. For you guys, if you are using Windows, it will show you an option to download. It will download an exe file. For Mac, it will download a DMG file, and you can just install this GitHub Desktop in your local. So this is how it looks like. I have already installed it in my system. So this is GitHub Desktop. As you can see, this is my GitHub account. If I just go to settings, as you can see, I have already linked my GitHub account. And here, once you go to this software, you can just log in to your GitHub account. Once you have logged in, so you can add an existing repo. Okay. So since we already created our repo as a Git repo, I will choose add existing repo and I will choose the path for that repo. As you can see, Python basics, I will add this repo. So now this repo is ready to be published to our GitHub account. So here few things to keep in mind. Anything that starts with .ida, we don't want to commit this folder to the GitHub. So what we can do is we can just add this to git ignore file. So as you can see, everything else is gone. We have a .git ignore file. So any file that you put into the git ignore, if you make any changes to that file, it won't be committed to git. It in real time it helps if you are creating a project and you have a config file which has your local config. So what you can do, add that file to the git ignore. So every time you change your local config, you make sure that is not committed to the GitHub. Sometimes your configuration file have sensitive information as well, but you need those parameters or data to run your project locally. So as you can see, this is all done. So I will write a summary, adding my first commit. Description, I will leave it empty for now. Commit 4 files, publish the code repo. So it's asking me what will be your project name in the remote repository that is on your GitHub account. So I will write a description here for the project. This project will contain Python basics topics. So I will uncheck this box. If I just check it, it will keep my repository as a private repository. Nobody else will be able to see it. So you have to explicitly give permission to your friends, whoever you want to share your repo with. I'll just uncheck it and make it a public repository and publish it. So now, if I just go back to the browser and refresh it, so in the list of my repositories, you can see this repository has appeared here. So these are the 3 files that we committed, and you can also see the comment here. So now let's say if I want to make another commit, I'll just make a change in file 2. This is file 2 and our second commit. I'll just save it. Now you don't have to do anything here now. You can just go to GitHub Desktop, and if it has automatically realized that you have made changes to file 2, you can just add your comment here, what are the changes, right? Or you can use this AI tool that is with Copilot. It will automatically recognize and give you a suggestion like what comment you can write. Add initial content to file 2.py. That I think that is good enough. I'll just commit it and push it. Let's go to GitHub. I'll just refresh this code repo. You can see add initial content to file 2. This is what we committed just now. If I just open file 2, we have that content here. So guys, this is how you use GitHub and GitHub Desktop. So the benefit of using GitHub Desktop app is it helps you to focus on your code. So you don't have to worry about the Git commands, right? And the complexities of it. It basically makes your life easier. So yeah, If you want to learn the GitHub commands manually, how you can directly type the commands in the command prompt, like git branch. As you can see, it's showing you are in the main branch. So if you want to learn all these commands, let me know in the comments. I can create a separate video for different Git commands.